OU Football Preview Show. Sponsored by McIntyre Law Firm, Hal Smith Restaurant Group, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center, Laser Light Skincare Center, Natural Native CBD Products, Cocina de Mino, and Orthodontics Exclusively. Now here's your host, Rick Heath.
Hello sports fans and welcome to the OU Football Preview Show. I'm Rick Heath and with me the legend Al Eschbach, and legend, we are at a fantastic legend in itself, O'Connell's Irish Pub on Campus Corner in Norman.
I can't count all the beers I've drank over the years here at O'Connell's.
You would have a good retirement fund
you ever hear the
set
word
aside.
infinity?
I have had my share also, and continue to this day to patronize this wonderful
Great place.
establishment.
Absolutely.
Great burgers. Had lunch here yesterday. Great burgers. Jeff Stewart and his guys do a great job. And we're at O'Connell's, where you need to be each and every game day here at O'Connell's Irish Pub. Al, first game coming up. Your thoughts before that first game against Florida Atlantic?
Well, it's always exciting first game. Even more exciting when you're supposed to be pretty good. You always want to see things. First games, especially you got a new quarterback. Kyler Murray is one of the most highly recruited quarterbacks when he's a senior in high school. Went to A&M, started some games as a freshman there, then came here, and we think he's going to be pretty good. We don't really know, though. We think. I think there's a pretty good chance. And you want to see defensively what some of these guys, how much better they are than they were a year ago.
You know, and we'll talk more about it in detail as we go along, but it's the first game. The fans are excited. Florida Atlantic is not your usual directional school. I mean, you know, they come in with a pretty good resume. Lane Kiffin, a good coach. We don't know how good a coach he is yet. He hasn't really proven himself. Got a lot of hype behind him.
Yeah, every place he goes, he usually gets fired. So we'll see
what kind of coach he really is.
But he's done a good job. He's taken a lot of kids that have been kicked off other teams, and he's put it together.
Well, you know, at a smaller school like Florida Atlantic, you have to be able to take chances.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they're going to take some chances on Saturday, too, and we'll talk about that when we come back. But, hey, this segment brought to you by OklahomaTickets.com for the best in OU season tickets, single-game tickets, and concert tickets. That's OklahomaTickets.com, or you can give them a call at 364-7500. That's OklahomaTickets.com.
I'm attorney Noble McIntyre at McIntyre Law. Over the past 20 years, we have fought for Oklahomans who have been injured by medical malpractice and medical device injuries. These injuries are caused by products including defective hip implants, transvaginal mesh implants, Zofran, Xarelto, Invokana, and IVC filters. Unfortunately, these type of injuries happen every day, and it's good to have a local expert to turn to for help.
On behalf of myself and the entire McIntyre Law team, I can assure you, no one will work harder than we will.
Natural Native CBD products in Redbud Plaza in Norman is a great place to get your CBD products. They're organic and all natural. And research and studies have shown that CBD products help with pain and inflammation, antipsychotic effects, reduces anxiety, relieves nausea, may treat seizures and other neurological disorders, lowers the incidences of diabetes, and promotes cardiovascular health and overall well-being. So if you're looking for the best CBD products in the metro area, Natural Native products in Redbud Plaza in Norman, all organic, 100% pure. I don't talk politics on this show, but there's something that's coming up to vote November that affects a lot of people and a lot of Oklahomans, and that is 793, State Question 793. Suffice to say, the people that I've talked to advise to vote no on Question 793. Keep optometrists out of big box stores like Walmart, Costco, and the rest. Let the small Oklahoma optometrists survive in this economy by voting no on State Question 793. Matty McMillan's Irish Pub, now open at 150th and Penn, featuring traditional Irish favorites with a modern twist. Matty's is a pub-inspired eatery features nearly 30 Irish and American whiskeys and scotches, as well as beers, cocktails like the Guinness Float, ice cream and Guinness, or Eden's Apple, hard cider and Guinness. Matty McMillan's hosts Kegs and Eggs brunch every Saturday and Sunday, and is sure to be the perfect hangover cure. The brunch features omelet bar, Bloody Mary station, along with $2 mimosas and $13 mimosas carafes. Grab your friends and hang out at Marty McMillan's on 150th and North Penn. And welcome back, OU Football Preview Show. Rick Heath, Al Eschbach from O'Connell's Irish Pub, the famous O'Connell's Irish Pub on Campus Corner in Norman. And I've got some news for you about game days on Campus Corner. There's some new regulations you fans need to be aware of. You're not going to be able to take beers from the Campus Corner area to the stadium this year. It's a new Alcohol Beverage Control Board state regulation. The Campus Corner merchants have nothing to do with this. This is all by the Alcohol Beverage Control Board. And so if you buy a beer here at O'Connell's or outside on the street here in Asp, you cannot take that open container outside of the Campus Corner area. So be aware of that. It's going to cause some confusion and maybe a few ruffle feathers, but be aware it's not the Campus Corner Merchants Association that's doing this. It's the State of Oklahoma Alcohol Beverage Control Board. So if you're unsatisfied or dissatisfied with this rule, call your state legislator and let them know.
I can tell you why they're doing it. Because the liquor laws in the state changed October 1st. They didn't want to implement this during the middle of the season. So they implemented it before the season, before the liquor laws changed October 1st.
Yeah, they decided not to do it October 1.
Right.
Because it would be even more confusion.
Right.
So now they're going to do it. But I'm just aware, be aware, Saturday of that new rule. There's a lot of fun going to happen on Saturday. It's a big game, 11 o'clock kickoff, going to be hot. Not really knowing what's going on, but OU's got some questions going into it. Number one, Kyler Murray, as you said earlier, should be good, but we don't know yet. So we have to see. Rodney Anderson proven, offensive line proven. On defense, secondary a question mark, linebackers
Not the corners. Corners are really good.
Okay,
The
so
safeties.
the safeties are the question mark
Yeah,
there.
safeties are a question mark.
Linebackers are still a question mark because they don't know exactly who's going to play.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they think Kenneth Murray's a star. So we're going to see. He's a freshman. Let's see if he does.
Yeah, as a freshman, he had his troubles. Now, almost all freshmen.
Right.
Especially as a deep middle linebacker spot.
They brought him to Dallas for the media day,
Yeah.
down in Frisco, which says they think he is a stud. So let's see, though.
Yeah.
He got to play up to what it is. Caleb Kelly has been a huge disappointment thus far in his
Yeah.
career. If
Yeah.
they move them now inside, we'll see.
Yeah. Hey, Lincoln Riley was concerned about Florida Atlantic's experience. They've got an experienced running back that had 1,900 yards, 32 touchdowns. They got a middle linebacker that the only one he could describe him by is Roquan Smith from Georgia. That's pretty high praise. They're experienced on the defense. They're experienced on the offense.
And what Lincoln didn't say, Oklahoma's a 21-4 coach that should kick their butt.
Yeah. And in my personal opinion, it's going to be tough to get that, but who knows? I mean, it's the first game.
Yeah, and Florida Atlantic's good. They beat nobody last year. Nobody.
Yeah. But, so they're in a Conference USA lower level, teams that, that not necessarily proven, but OU should win this game and win it handily. Will it happen? We don't know because it's all a question mark until they play on the field.
Yeah, and
Saturday.
the one thing, Oklahoma should score a bunch of points on them.
Well, they should. I mean,
but if you turn the ball over and things,
hey, the best friend that Kyler Murray's going to have is the running game.
That's right.
And they're going to turn
and his
loose.
legs run the ball.
Yeah, and his legs running the ball. So they're not going to have as much passing yardage as they had with Baker. They don't pretend to be that. Kyler Murray doesn't pretend to be Baker Mayfield. He's going to do things Baker Mayfield never could. He's going to have problems with things Baker could do. The biggest question mark to me, and we'll get into this later, is on third down. How do they convert on third down?
I think third down and turnovers, because Baker was amazing in both those.
Oh, he was. He was
amazing.
And with the run game, Rodney Anderson's proven. And I've got some questions for you in the final segment about what some of the totals may be for Rodney Anderson, Kyler Murray. We'll go over all those. But the offensive line, even though it's not settled, I cannot see Jonathan Alvarez not starting after they asked him to redshirt last year.
Yeah, they love Creed Humphrey though, so that's a good problem. Have they got good depth in the offensive line? I thought it was crazy. USA Today, Oklahoma's going to have one of the best offenses in the country. not one of the players on the first, second team All-American team.
Well, you know, that's just people don't give.
But yeah, they're the same. Also, you say today, Baker Mayfield didn't make either the top two last year.
Yeah,
first,
so,
second team.
and he wins the Heisman and goes number one
And
in
he
the draft.
finished in the Heisman top 5 the year before.
Yeah, you know, so that's, you know, they have their regional biases. We don't sell a lot of papers at USA Today in Oklahoma. Other places do, but it's going to be, you know, this whole game and the way it sets up. If this is the only time Florida Atlantic can catch OU and not get rolled, you know, because I think OU's offense is going to be good. It may take a couple of games to get it going.
I don't think it'll take a couple of games. Why? They got everybody. This is the experienced offense.
Well, okay, but we got an inexperienced quarterback.
Somewhat. He was 18 to 21 throwing the ball a year ago.
One game.
One game.
One
no,
game.
the whole season. 18 to 21 throwing the
Okay,
ball.
well, I know, but in one
First
game.
play against West Virginia goes 66 yards.
I'd love to see that this Saturday.
So,
I'd love to
well,
see
and I guarantee they're not as good defense against West Virginia.
Yeah,
so,
that's true. That's true. But anyway, we are at O'Connell's Irish Pub. Hey, Cocina de Mino, Mexican food on Southwestern and 59th Street. Been there since 1983. Great Mexican food. If you haven't been there in a while, go back and you'll understand why you've missed the Mexican food at Cocina de Mino. We'll be right back with Dr. Michael Padilla from Orthopedic Sports Medicine Center after this. And let me tell you about a new sponsor that we have here at the OU Football Preview Show, and that is Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center with over 10 locations throughout the state. Locations in Moore, Prague, Purcell, Holdenville, Seminole, Durant, Ada, Midwest City, Weatherford, Pauls Valley, and Norman. And they have 6 orthopedic surgeons and 1 podiatrist. They have in-house physical therapy and one of the largest open MRIs in the state. So if you're needing work with orthopedics, then you need to call Orthopedic Sports Medicine Center in Norman and find out the nearest location to you and let one of their expert orthopedic surgeons take care of your problem the right way the first time. That's Orthopedic Sports Medicine Center, 10 locations throughout the state, including in Norman.
I'm attorney Noble McIntyre at McIntyre Law. Over the past 20 years, we have fought for Oklahomans who have been injured by medical malpractice and medical device injuries. These injuries are caused by products including defective hip implants, transvaginal mesh implants, Zofran, Xarelto, Invokana, and IVC filters. Unfortunately, these type of injuries happen every day, and it's good to have a local expert to turn to for help.
On behalf of myself and the entire McIntyre Law team, I can assure you, no one will work harder than we will.
Natural Native CBD products in Redbud Plaza in Norman is a great place to get your CBD products. They're organic and all natural. And research and studies have shown that CBD products help with pain and inflammation, antipsychotic effects, reduces anxiety, relieves nausea, may treat seizures and other neurological disorders, lowers the incidences of diabetes, and promotes cardiovascular health and overall well-being. So if you're looking for the best CBD products in the metro area, Natural Native products in Redbud Plaza in Norman, all organic, 100% pure. I don't talk politics on this show, but there's something that's coming up to vote November that affects a lot of people and a lot of Oklahomans, and that is 793, State Question 793. Suffice to say, the people that I've talked to advise to vote no on Question 793. Keep optometrists out of big box stores like Walmart, Costco, and the rest. Let the small Oklahoma optometrists survive in this economy by voting no on State Question 793. And welcome back, OU Football Preview Show. Joining us now, Dr. Michael Padilla from the Orthopedic Sports Medicine Center here in Norman, plus 10 locations throughout the state, so it's not just here in Norman. So if you have a high schooler, you're a weekend warrior, you have a problem, find out where your nearest Orthopedic Sports Medicine Center clinic is. They'll check you out and take care of you the right way with Dr. Padilla's expertise, of course. And being the expert here on our show, there's a new helmet rule that's making big waves in the NFL, and slowly it'll work its way to college and high school, which I think is a good thing. But you can't use your helmet to initiate contact. And there's many reasons for that, but there's been so many injuries. Talk to us about that, the reason behind that safety feature of not leading with the head.
I think that's a great topic. Obviously, concussions are a huge source of concern today. I mean, there was even that Will Smith movie that came out several years ago regarding that. And, you know, the concussion itself isn't the issue, but it's what could potentially happen after. You can get CTE, which is a big deal. We're seeing athletes, not to sugarcoat it, but commit suicide from repercussions from that. So I think the NFL, is progressively trying to make it a much safer sport for its participants, and that starts with implementing that helmet rule. And unfortunately, it's going to have to change the training of coaches to with respect to how they teach tackling, right? And when you play football from a young age, Pop Warner, all the way up to high school, college, and professional sports, you're taught the same way, right? So there is going to be a trickle-down effect where people in the little leagues of football are going to have to teach these athletes how to tackle properly, and that'll eventually prevent
basically
injury.
tackle head up. Instead
Exactly,
of
right.
leading like
Exactly,
this,
correct.
you're looking to head up.
Right.
And I think that's so much a safer look at it, because throwing your head in there, I mean, crazy guys like me did that in high school, you
Yeah.
know, and then you wonder why you got your bell rung.
Right. Not only that, but spinal cord injuries as well. You can see burners and stingers we see quite a bit of. But you want the sport to be fun and engaging, but you also want these athletes to come out of it okay. They have families, and you want them as safe as possible. So that's where it starts. That's where it comes from. It'll definitely trickle down, but you want to minimize the chance of concussions in addition to spinal cord injuries.
Well, and I think you hit it on the head, Dr. Padilla, is that from Pop Warner up. I mean, start teaching your youngsters when they first start playing tackle football. And it's my belief until you're in your teenage years, you should be tackle football in it. But that's just me. But teach them how to do it head up,
Yeah.
and go in with your body, go in with your shoulder, something, but don't lead with your head, because so many bad things can happen from there.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And where this goes into is into preventative medicine, right? We know how to take care of people and athletes who have concussions. And I think we're doing that better today than we ever have been. Where we go very slow as far as how quickly we release them back to sports, but now we're trying to prevent it, and that's where this comes into play. We want to prevent these injuries from happening so we don't have to deal with so many concussions, and keep them safe and keep their playing careers prolonged.
Real quickly, if someone suspects that one of their children is, maybe sustained a concussion, what's the protocol?
Keep them out. You do not let them play until they're evaluated by someone either trained to treat concussions or a physician that can send you to someone that can treat a concussion. So just keep them out.
Keep them out. Any doubt, keep them out. Come see Dr. Padilla, Orthopedic Sports Medicine Center here in Norman. 10 locations throughout the state, Orthopedic Sports Medicine Center clinics. Thank you, Dr. Padilla. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more after this. And let me tell you about a new sponsor that we have here at the OU Football Preview Show, and that is Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center, with over 10 locations throughout the state. Locations in Moore, Prague, Purcell, Holdenville, Seminole, Durant, Ada, Midwest City, Weatherford, Pauls Valley, and Norman. And they have 6 orthopedic surgeons and 1 podiatrist. They have in-house physical therapy and one of the largest open MRIs in the state. So if you're needing work with orthopedics, then you need to call Orthopedic Sports Medicine Center in Norman and find out the nearest location to you, and let one of their expert orthopedic surgeons take care of your problem the right way the first time. That's Orthopedic Sports Medicine Center, 10 locations throughout the state, including in Norman.
I'm attorney Noble McIntyre at McIntyre Law. Over the past 20 years, we have fought for Oklahomans who have been injured by medical malpractice and medical device injuries. These injuries are caused by products including defective hip implants, transvaginal mesh implants, Zofran, Xarelto, Invokana, and IBC filters. Unfortunately, these type of injuries happen every day, and it's good to have a local expert to turn to for help.
On behalf of myself and the entire McIntyre Law team, I can assure you, no one will work harder than we will.
Natural Native CBD products in Redbud Plaza in Norman is a great place to get your CBD products. They're organic and all natural. And research and studies have shown that CBD products help with pain and inflammation, antipsychotic effects, reduces anxiety, relieves nausea, may treat seizures and other neurological disorders, lowers the incidences of diabetes, and promotes cardiovascular health and overall well-being. So if you're looking for the best CBD products in the metro area, Natural Native products in Redbud Plaza in Norman, all organic, 100% pure. I don't talk politics on this show, but there's something that's coming up to vote November that affects a lot of people and a lot of Oklahomans, and that is 793, State Question 793. Suffice to say, the people that I've talked to advise to vote no on Question 793. Keep optometrists out of big box stores like Walmart, Costco, and the rest. Let the small Oklahoma optometrists survive in this economy by voting no on State Question 793. And let me tell you about a new sponsor that we have here at the OU Football Preview Show, and that is Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center with over 10 locations throughout the state. Locations in Moore, Prague, Purcell, Holdenville, Seminole, Durant, Ada, Midwest City, Weatherford, Pauls Valley, and Norman. And they have 6 orthopedic surgeons and 1 podiatrist. They have in-house physical therapy and one of the largest open MRIs in the state. So if you're needing work with orthopedics, then you need to call Orthopedic Sports Medicine Center in Norman and find out the nearest location to you and let one of their expert orthopedic surgeons take care of your problem the right way the first time. That's Orthopedic Sports Medicine Center, 10 locations throughout the state, including in Norman.
I'm attorney Noble McIntyre at McIntyre Law. Over the past 20 years, we have fought for Oklahomans who have been injured by medical malpractice and medical device injuries. These injuries are caused by products including defective hip implants, transvaginal mesh implants, Zofran, Xarelto, Invokana, and IVC filters. Unfortunately, these type of injuries happen every day, and it's good to have a local expert to turn to for help.
On behalf of myself and the entire McIntyre Law team, I can assure you, no one will work harder than we will.
I don't talk politics on this show, but there's something that's coming up to vote November that affects a lot of people and a lot of Oklahomans, and that is 793, State Question 793. Suffice to say, the people that I've talked to advise to vote no on Question 793. Keep optometrists out of big box stores like Walmart, Costco, and the rest. Let the small Oklahoma optometrists survive in this economy by voting no on State Question 793. And welcome back. Rick Heath, Al Eschbach from O'Connell's Irish Pub on Campus Corner. Great burgers. Everybody knows the great burgers. Large selection of beers. Can't beat it. Come here on game days or any day there's a game on. Anytime you want a burger on, come to O'Connell's Irish Pub here on Campus Corner in Norman. I want to thank some wonderful sponsors of the show, the Trails Golf Club in Norman. Hey, fall is a great time to play golf. So if you're looking for a new place to go, try the Trails Golf Club out and become a member for a day. All you have to do is give Kathy Hess a call, 364-3490, and you can be a member for a day. Give them a call. That's 364-3790. Okay, Brown Shoe Fit Company in Norman has a huge end of summer sale going on. All the top fashions from the summer, men's and women's, children's, all going out on a huge summer sale to make room for the fall. They have a fall selection coming up, and fall will be here any day. The top name brands all available at Brown Shoe Fit Company in Norman next to Hobby Lobby on Main Street. If you're like me and kids have needed braces, Dr. Tim Shannon and Mark Revels of Orthodontics exclusively. Tim Shannon and Mark Revels will take care of your kids like they took care of mine. Beautiful smile for life. That's Orthodontics exclusively in Norman, Dr. Tim Shannon and Dr. Mark Revels. Give them a call at 321-2735. The Hal Smith Restaurant Group has 3 new concepts we want to talk about. They got Neighborhood Jams. They got the Winston on Main Street in Norman. And they've got Maddie McMillan's Irish Pub in Edmond, so at 150th and Penn. So if you're looking for a new place to go out and enjoy yourself, whether it's breakfast at Neighborhood Jams or lunch or dinner at Maddie McMillan's or the Winston on Main Street in Norman, you got to go out and try these new concepts from the Hal Smith Restaurant Group. Crutcho Sod, growing since 1983, locally owned and operated. Crutcho has Bermuda, Tiff, AstroTurf, Buffalo, and Fescue. Crutcho also does hydro mulching, plus they deliver and install. So if you want your yard or land to look like a golf course, soccer field, baseball field, whatever, they do a beautiful job like they did on my land for 10,000 square feet of sod. It looks beautiful now. Let them know. Give them a call at 732-4327. Let's look at how the game might go. I think it's going to open up with a bang. I think OU's going to want to really establish themselves offensively early.
Well, yeah, just let Kyle Murray run. Just like against West Virginia. I think you're going to see some zone read. And the problem, it's like when people used to go against a wishbone. You can practice against it. You can't assimilate the speed. You can't assimilate the speed of Kyler Murray, who, other than Hollywood Brown, is the second fastest guy on the team.
Yeah, you know, when
that's insane.
Yeah, when your quarterback is as fast as the sprinters on your team, you know you've got something special.
Here's what I think he's going to be like, and I could be wrong, but I think he's going to be like Action Jackson at Louisville last year.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's good, but he's going to cause problems like Jackson.
Well,
did.
you know Lincoln Riley's not going to show everything the first game.
No.
But at the same time, they're going to get him on the edge and let him see what that decision making's like on the zone read. You know, and Rodney Anderson, handoff, he should be money every time they give him the ball. You know, with the big offensive line.
It's going to open up the inside running game. There's no doubt about that.
When you're doing the sprint draw or the zone read.
But you got to spread out on defense.
Yeah, and you're doing the zone read, and all of a sudden you come back and you hand off to Rodney Anderson going back the other way, and there's just huge lanes for him to go to. You know, I think they're going to have a big game rushing. I don't think they're going to depend a whole lot on the passing. They're going to do it.
The Lincoln Riley's going. What's his number one goal? Throw.
Well,
now he said he's learned more. So
yeah, he said in the press conference this week that he's fallen in love with the run.
What's the over and under? I'd say 30 passes for him or 25. What do you say?
I'd say 25.
25.
Over and under
okay.
25. I would take the under on that.
I'd go over.
Okay, you go over, I go under. That's not unusual. Hey, speaking of over under, 1,400 yards Rodney Anderson this year? Over under.
Well,
he had 1,200 almost last year, 7 games.
I go over.
I do too. I think he's going to have a fantastic year. You know, passing. You know, there's no way Kyler Murray can be as efficient as Baker was.
Good. And the main goal that they got great receivers. In fact, I might put the over and under 30 in the game. When you think of receivers, they got to get the ball to those receivers.
Well,
we haven't talked about the receivers.
Yeah.
They're big time good.
Well, you got CeeDee Lamb, Hollywood Brown, and you got Grant Calcaterra.
Yeah, you got
those guys are going to be open.
Guy
all
to
the
watch
time.
this year, Drake Stoops. Names may sound familiar to you, okay?
Yeah, there's a guy that's the same name that may be a guy around
but
here for a
they
while.
are really good at the receiver spot.
Well,
they
are. You know what? Okay, so what's going to be your prediction for the game?
Oh, I'll go OU 49-24.
Okay, I've got it 43-18.
Okay.
So I'm thinking it's going to be pretty much the same thing. I think it's going to be a little tougher than most fans give it credit for. But I think right now.
Well, you just picked them to cover.
I know, but I said it's going to be tougher. It's not going to be a blowout.
Okay.
I think it'll eventually.
Your score's a blowout.
I know, but it'll eventually work that way. That's going to do it for
You
this
should run
week's
for
show.
power to political office.
There you go. I got both sides of the fence. It's going to be a blowout, and it's going to be close. Leave it for me. All right, that's going to do it for this week's show. We'll see you next time on the OU Football Preview Show.